Definitely feel like our team's motivated. They came back in great shape. They've been really coachable. We just have a lot of new pieces and a lot of really talented young guys. So it's just a matter of, piecing it all together and gaining some experience and trying guys out in new roles. And I think that's what the months of October, November, and December are all about.
The fact that we're such a diverse team and we have so many players that bring so much to the team, and we're so up and down, and we have a different offense this year that everyone can fit into it and everyone can play different spots and understand different spots. And I think that a lot of teams have people set in certain areas, but we just have so many players that can play all these different positions, and I think that's going to work to our advantage a lot.
I think our depth and even our youth can be a strength for us moving forward. I think teams might underestimate us because of our youth, but I think in the long run it's going to end up helping us because we have so many weapons from all different positions, and teams might not be ready for that. They might scout certain players, but other players can have breakout games that they might not be expecting.
I agree. I think we have a lot of talent from one down to our last guy, and I don't know if we exactly have it all figured out as to how they're going to play together, but there's guys that can play multiple positions. We have the flexibility to go big if we need to. We can also go smaller and faster, and so I think it gives us a chance to work on some different things defensively over the next few months until we figure out where we're at our best. And it also allows us to have different lineups ready for what we face in conference. All the returning guys are pretty key right now because there's not a whole lot of them. Between Alyssa and Taylor and Milana as our senior, core group that has played in a lot of games over their career, they understand how we want things to go in practice. We really need them to provide great leadership, and some of that's vocal and some of that's just by example and embracing their roles. None of them have ever been our go-to guys, and I think they're all better as role players, and I think they understand that, and they're willing to do whatever they have to help our team be successful. Our junior class is probably the class that needs to make the biggest impact this year. Amber's had a lot of individual success through her first 2 years, but, she wants to be a championship, caliber player. And I think Shanice and Sherelle are two guys that are coming into the season where they're going to take on much bigger roles than they ever had before. A lot of times your freshmen need that couple months to catch up, to get in shape, to get their bodies ready, and these guys, adjusted really well. They're physically athletic, they're tough, so it's going to be more of a mental adjustment for them.
It's very exciting. Me and the other freshmen, Leanna and Latrice, the way we're looking at it is we're freshmen and it's our first game and we literally have nothing to lose. So we plan to just go out and play and give it our hardest with the time that we're given and have fun.
We've been practicing in this gym for, a month and a half, and the returning guys have all played a lot of games here. So there's a comfort level that you don't have when you have to start on the road. But, at this point, I think everyone's just really excited to play against somebody else, and it's just nice to put on the uniform and set some goals and really feel like you're about to get going with the season. So I think it's just important that they're ready for the start regardless of where it is.
It's going to be fun. It's a whole new season. It's a whole new team. UConn, what better team can you ask to play? It's going to be a whole new experience. They're going to obviously show what we need to work on, but that's all. It's the beginning of the season. That's what needs to happen. We need to be exposed early so we can get better every single day.
Every game you play in the non-conference, you look at it as a practice opportunity. Every team is going to offer something that is going to expose some weakness that you need to work on. So, whatever happens in those first 3 games, we want to take it as an opportunity to improve. So by the time the 23rd rolls around, we're talking about 2 weeks from our first game. You do want to feel as a coach that you've made some big strides in that amount of time. So whether it's the games, pointing out our weaknesses, and then in between those practices really being able to drill into the kids what we need to get better at. I hope by the 23rd our fans are going to see a pretty good product on the floor that's fun to watch but also has the potential to get a lot better.